Morning students, welcome to today's video lecture, today's class, and my name is CS Nagen. Our today's topic of this video is synthetic curves. I'm sharing the screen. See, synthetic curves are the curves which are defined by the set of data points. The synthetic curves are needed in design when a curve is represented by a collection of data points. The synthetic curves are vital in design because the analytical curves are usually not sufficient to meet the geometrical design requirements of mechanical components. The synthetic curves are used for representing points of car bodies, ship hulls, airplane wings, propeller blades, shoe insoles, bottles, etc. As the synthetic curves are constructed to pass through a given data points, they are of polynomial form. That means any synthetic curves are in the form of polynomial form. Okay. Let us see what are the continuity equations for synthetic curves. In order to ensure the continuity and smoothness of a synthetic curve, there are various continuity conditions imposed at that particular data points. There are generally three continuity conditions. First, zero order continuity condition is also known as position continuity condition. Second is the first order continuity condition. It is also known as the slope continuity equation. And third is the second order continuity equation. It is also known as curvature continuity condition. Let us see the first, that is zero order or position continuity condition. Here this equation for polynomial equation for x coordinate, y coordinate and z coordinate. Let us see the x coordinate x of u is equal to a1 u cube plus b1x u square plus c1x u plus d1x. Similarly, the polynomial equation for y coordinate is y of u is equal to a1y u cube plus b1y u square plus c1y u plus d1y. Similarly, the z coordinate equation for polynomial form is z of u is equal to a1 z u cube plus b1 z u square plus c1 z u plus d1 z, where value of u varies from u minimum to u maximum. Okay, this equation, this is the equation for section S1 of synthetic curve. See, this is the this is the section S1 and this is the section S2. Okay. This is the section S1 between points P1 and P2, and this is section S2 between points P2 and P3. So this equation is for section S1. Now we will see the equations for section S2. So let us see the parametric polynomial representation of section S2 for the synthetic curves. So the x coordinate equation is x of u is equal to a2x u cube plus b2x u square plus c2x u plus b2x. Similarly, the y coordinate equation is y of u is equal to a2y u cube plus b2y u square plus c2y u plus b2y. Now, in a similar fashion, equation for z coordinate is z of u is equal to a2z u cube plus b2z u square plus c2z u plus b2z, where the value of u varies from u minimum to u maximum. Okay, this equation is for section S2. Let us see the two sections. This is section S1 between points P1 and P2, and this is section S2 between points P2 and P3. The zero order of position continuity equation means the sections S1 and S2 of curve meet at a point. See, these two curves meet at a point P2. It is a common point for these two sections. Okay. So the zero order position continuity means the two sections will meet at a point. Okay. So here the two sections S1 and S2 meet at point P2, thus forming the two tangents at point P2. Tangent, this one is tangent. That is, the value of x, y and z are at u is equal to u max for section S1 of curve are equal respective to the values of x, y and z at u is equal to u minimum for section S1 of the curve. Okay. Here the maximum value of S curve S1 at point P2 will be equal to the minimum value will be equal to the maximum value of the curve S2 at point P2. For both sections S1 and S2, at point P2, value of the curve is maximum. And value of curve is curve for S1 is minimum at point P1, and the value of curve for section S2 is minimum at point P3. So wherever the value of U is maximum for the two curves and they will meet at a point, at that particular point, the coordinates of the two sections will be equal to each other. The zero order of position continuity means the coordinates of the two sections at the point where the two sections intersect or meet, the coordinates x, y and z coordinates are equal to section S1 and section S2. Okay. Mathematically, for x coordinate, we can write for section S1 and S2, the two sections are intersecting at point P2. Therefore, a1x u cube max plus b1x u square max plus c1x u max plus b1x should be equal to a2x u cube max plus b2x u square max plus c2x u max plus b2x. In a similar fashion, we will write the equation for y coordinate also and z coordinate also. So we will equate section S1 equation of x coordinate with section S2 equation of x coordinate. Similarly, we will equate section S1 equation of y coordinate with section S2 equation of y coordinate, and we will equate section S1 equation of z coordinate with section S2 equation of z coordinate. Okay. So the zero order position continuity is also known as C0 continuity equation. C naught continuity equation. Okay. C degree, you can also call as C degree continuity equation. Okay. So what is the difference? In a zero order position continuity equation, the coordinates of the two sections meeting at a point will be equal to each other. Okay. Let us add some. See, then the first order continuity condition or equation. We have seen the zero order continuity condition. Now the second part of that particular synthetic curve is the first order or slope continuity condition. See, this one is a slope S1 between points P1 and P2, and this one is the slope S2 between points P2 and P3. So we are having two slopes S1 and S2 between points P1 and P2, and P2 and P3 respectively. Here, at point P2, horizontal line is drawn to the tangent at point P2, and this is the center of curvature for curve S1, slope S1 and slope S2. Okay. See, the slope of tangents first order derivatives for section S1 of synthetic curves are given by x dash u is equal to 3a1x u square plus 2b1x u plus c1x, and y dash u is equal to, see, we have this in zero order equation. We are having the polynomial equation, that is a1x u cube plus b1x u square plus c1x u plus d1x. Here we have differentiated that particular equation and we obtained the first order continuity equation. So here x dash u means dy by dx by du, or x dash u is equal to 3a1x u square plus 2b1x u plus c1x. The first order continuity condition for y coordinate is y dash u, or dy by du is equal to 3a1y u square plus 2b1y u plus c1y. In a similar fashion, the z coordinate equation for first order continuity condition is z dash u is equal to dz by du is equal to 3a1x u square plus 2b1x u plus c1x, where the value of u varies from minimum to maximum. Okay. Here, this equations is for section S1. Now we will obtain the equations for section S2. In a similar way, we will differentiate the zero order continuity condition equations, and we will obtain the first order continuity condition equations for section S2. Here x dash u will become x dash u is equal to 3a2x u square plus 3b2x u plus c2x. Y dash u is equal to 3a2y u square plus 2b2y u plus c2y, and z dash u is equal to 3a2z u square plus 2b2z plus c2z, 2b2z u plus c2z, where the value of u varies from u minimum to u maximum. Okay. Now, the first order slope continuity means the first derivative slopes of tangents at u is equal to u max for section S1 of curve are equal to respective first derivatives slope of tangents at u is equal to u minimum for section S2 of the curve. That means maximum value of slope S1, where when the value of u is maximum for slope S1 and value of u for slope S2 is minimum, at that particular condition the slope of tangents of section S1 and S2 will be equal to each other. Okay. So mathematically, we will write it as 3a1x u cube u square max plus 2b1x u max plus c1x will equal to is equal to 3a2x u square minimum plus 2b2x minimum plus c2x. In a similar way, we will write we will equate the y coordinate equations also for section S1 and S2, and we will equate the z coordinate equations also for for slope S1 and S2. So the first order of slope continuity condition equations can also be written as C1 continuity equation. See, we have seen that the zero order continuity condition is written as C0 continuity equation. The first order of slope continuity condition is also written as C1 continuity condition. Now, let us see the second order or curvature continuity condition. Here also we have obtained a curve between points P1, P2 and P3. Here S1 is a curve between points P1 and P2, and S2 is a curve between points P2 and P3. Okay, and here is the center of the curvature, and at point P2 there is a tangent drawn. Okay, now let us see. We have seen the first order continuity condition equations for x, y, and z coordinates. So we will obtain the second order derivative conditions for slope s1 and s2 by differentiating the first order continuity condition. So by differentiating the first order continuity condition, we have obtained the second order derivatives or second order continuity condition for section S1 as S coordinate is x double dash u or d2y d2x by du is equal to 6a1x u plus 2b1x. dy by du d2y by du square is equal to, or y double dash u is equal to 6a1 yu plus 2b2y, and z double dash u is equal to 6a1xu plus 2b2 6a1zu plus 2b2z, where the value of u varies from minimum to maximum. In a similar way, we'll also obtain the second order continuity condition for section S2 also. This is the second order continuity condition for section S2. Okay. Now, the second order continuity condition is that the radii of curvature at u is equal to maximum for section S1 will be equal to the radii of curvature at u is equal to u minimum for section S2. So mathematically, let us equate the equation of section S1 and S2 for x, y, and z coordinates. So this, on equating the three equations for x, y, and z coordinates for both S1 and S2, will obtain the second order continuity equation. The second order of curvature continuity condition is also known as C2 continuity equation or C square continuity equation. Okay. Now you can differentiate between the zero order, the first order, and the second order continuity condition for synthetic curves. Let us see. The zero order continuity condition is also known as C0 continuity condition. The first order continuity condition is also known as C1 continuity condition, and the second order continuity condition is also known as C square continuity condition. Okay, students. See, there are different approaches for generating the synthetic curves. Basically, there are two approaches known as interpolation and approximation approach. By using these two approaches, you can generate the synthetic curves. In interpolation, the curve passes through all the data points, and in approximation tries to fit a smoother curve which may be either pass through the data point but not pass through each of the data points. Okay. In interpolation, the curve passes through all the data points that we are having, but in approximation method or approach, the curve does not pass through all the set of data points. Okay. This is the main difference between the interpolation and approximation approach for generation of synthetic curves. Let us see what are the different types of synthetic curves. Major CAD/CAM softwares uses three types of synthetic curves: the cubic spline curve, the Bezier curves, and the B-spline curves. All these curves are very important from the exam point of view. And now let us see what do you mean by the cubic spline, Bezier, and B-spline curves. See, this is the interpolation method and this is the approximation method. This is figure for interpolation and this is figure for approximation method. Here you can see that in this curve for interpolation method approach, all the data point set of data points lies on the curve, but in approximation method, uh, all these set of data points does not lie on the curve. This is the major difference between interpolation and approximation. Let us see the cubic spline curve. The cubic spline curve is also known as Hermite cubic spline curve. The name splines is drawn from the traditional drafting tool spline or French curve. The cubic splines uses cubic polynomials for their parametric representation. Cubic polynomial that we have seen synthetic cubic equations for synthetic curves. The parametric equation for the cubic spline can be written as x of u is equal to ax u cube plus bx u square plus cx u plus d plus dx. Similarly, the parametric equation for cubic spline for y coordinate can be written as y of u is equal to ay u cube plus by u square plus cyu plus dy. In a similar fashion, the parametric equation for the cubic spline curve for z coordinate can be written as z of u is equal to a z u cube plus b z u square plus c z u plus dz, where the value of u lies from 0 to 1. Okay. The value of u always lies from 0 to 1. Or it can also be written in the form of matrix form. It is P of u is equal to x of u, y of u, z of u matrix. Or matrix, we know that x of u is uh, ax u cube plus bx u square plus cx u plus dx. So it can be done in the matrix form also as ax bx cx dx, ay by cy dy, az, sorry, it is written as zz, it is az bz cz dz matrix multiplied by the matrix u cube u square u1, where the value of u varies from 0 to 1. Okay. See, this is a figure for cubic spline curve. Here the value of u is at p0, value of u is 0, and at p1 value of u is 1. Okay. Now let us see the general form of equation for this cubic spline curve is p of u is equal to a u cube plus b u square plus c u plus d. So in the form of matrix, it can be written as P of u is equal to matrix u cube u square u1 multiplied by vertical matrix A B C D, where the value of u varies from 0 to 1. Now let us see the tangent vector at any point P of u is given by tangent vector is always obtained by differentiating the polynomial equation. So this is the polynomial equation. So we will differentiate this equation and we will obtain the tangential equation or tangent vector equation. So we have differentiated the polynomial equation and we have obtained the equation for tangent vector. Here p dash u is equal to 3a u square plus 2bu plus c, or p dash u is equal to 3 u square 2u 1 0 multiplied by the matrix A B C D. Now at point P0 we know that the value of u is 0. So let us substitute the value of u in this tangent vector equation. We obtained P0 is equal to this value, and P0 dash is equal to this one. Okay. Now at point P0 is obtained from polynomial equation and P0 dash is obtained from tangent vector equation. Okay. And at point P1 value of u is 1. So we have to substitute the value of u is equal to 1 on polynomial equation and tangent vector equation. We obtain P1 is equal to this value and P1 dash is equal to this value. Okay. Now on combining the equations J, K, D, L and M, the boundary conditions for Hermite cubic spline in the matrix form can be written as matrix P0, P1, P0 dash, P1 dash is equal to matrix 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, and 3, 2, 1, 0 multiplied by the vertical matrix A, B, C, D. Okay, so we know that we obtained the values of P0, P0 dash, P1, and P1 dash. And substitute the values of P0, P1, P0 dash, P1 dash in this equation. We will obtain this. Okay. Now we have rearranged and solved it. We obtained this value. So here matrix A, B, C, D can be written as this matrix into this matrix. Okay. So this 2 minus 2, 1, 1, this type of matrix is called as Hermite matrix. This is known as Hermite matrix. Okay. And this is known as V V matrix, that is known as geometry or boundary condition matrix. So this term is known as boundary condition matrix or geometry matrix. And this part is known as Hermite matrix. Hermite matrix. So a vertical matrix ABCD can be written as Hermite matrix into geometry matrix. Okay. So we have substituted this equation, the value of this Hermite matrix and geometry matrix in the polynomial equation matrix, and we obtained this equation. Okay, that is P of U is equal to horizontal matrix U cube U square U1 multiplied by matrix 2 P0 minus P1 plus P0 dash plus P1 dash minus 3 P0 minus P1 minus 2 P0 dash minus P1 dash and P0 dash P0 where the value of U varies from 0 to 1. So this equation describes the Hermite cubic spline curve in terms of two endpoints P0 and P1 and their tangent vectors P0 dash and P1 dash. See here P0 and P1 is the endpoints of the curve and the P0 dash and P1 dash are the tangents at points P0 and P1. Okay. Now let us see an example, solved example, numerical for the cubic spline course. Here, find the equation of the two-dimensional Hermite cubic spline curve that connects points P0 and P1 having coordinates P0 2, 3 and P1 10, 1 such that the lines from point P2 having coordinate 8, 6 are tangents to curve at points P0 and P1. Calculate 5 points on the curve. Here, a curve is given between points P0 and P1. Also, point P2 of the coordinate of point P2 is also P1. And you have to find out 5 points on that particular curve. Okay. So let us note down the given data. Coordinate of point P0 is 2, 3 and coordinate of point P2 is 8, 6. See, this is point P0. Starting point is P0. Ending point is always P1. Where the value of U at point P0 is 0 and value of U at point P1 is 1. Okay. This is point P2 that is given at 8, 6. Okay. So first what we have to do, we have to just connect point P0 with point P2 and draw a straight line and connect point P2 and point P1 and draw a straight line. Now here point P0 dash joining point P0 and P2 is the tangent vector or at point P0 and P1 dash between points P1 and P2 joining points P1 and P2 is a tangent vector at point P1. Okay?
सर
हाँ
ऐसे ही ग्राफ बनाना पड़ेगा क्या मतलब मेजर करके?
हाँ इसको ना आपको जस्ट यू हैव टू सॉल्व इट बाय मेकिंग द ग्राफ ऑल्सो, मतलब आपको आंसर शीट में ही आप इसको बना सकते हैं. तो करना क्या है, आपको 2 पॉइंट दिया हुआ है, एक स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट दिया है, एक एंडिंग पॉइंट दिया है, ठीक है, और एक कंट्रोल पॉइंट दिया हुआ है, ये पॉइंट P2 इज द कंट्रोल पॉइंट फॉर कंट्रोलिंग दिस कर्व, कर्वेचर ऑफ दिस कर्व। सो जब भी आपको यू हैव टू फाइंड डिफरेंट पॉइंट्स इन बिटवीन दिस कर्व, इस कर्व के अंदर बहुत सारे पॉइंट्स है, वो आपको फाइंड आउट करना है। फॉर दैट यू टू ड्रॉ ग्राफ, आपको ग्राफ बनाओगे तो बहुत आसानी होगा, ठीक है। आप ग्रिड पॉइंट बना लीजिए, ग्रिड्स बना लीजिए, इस तरीके से ग्राफ बना लीजिए और उस ग्राफ में इसको बनाइए, बहुत आसानी से आपको पॉइंट्स मिलेंगे, ठीक है। नाउ लेट अस सी हाउ we will obtain these points. Also, point P1 is given. Coordinate of point P is 10, 1. Coordinate of point P0 is 2, 3. Coordinate of point P2 is 8, 6. Now, we are having the equations for polynomial, the synthetic curve, which span curve. This is the main parametric equation. So, we will obtain what is P0, what is P1, what is P0 dash, what is P1 dash. First of all, we will obtain this. Okay. So, we know that point P0 it is given. So point, what is point P0 dash? The point P0 dash is P2 minus P1. See, this is P2 and this is P0. So what is P0 dash? Point P2 minus P0. See, P0 dash, final point minus initial point. Okay. So P0 dash lies between point P2 and point P0. P0 dash will become point P2 minus point P1. Suppose you have to find x coordinate for point P0 dash. So x coordinate of point P2 minus x coordinate of point P0, and you have to find point y coordinate of point P0 dash. So y coordinate of point P2 minus y coordinate of point P0. In this way, you can determine P0 dash coordinate. Okay. Similarly, P1 dash is P1 minus P2. Okay, because P2 is the final point and P1 is the final point and P2 is the initial point. We are moving from point P0 to point P2 and then from point P2 to point P1. So when you are finding point P0 dash, then final point is P2 and initial point is P0. But when you are finding P1 dash, final point is P1, initial point is P2. Always the tangent vector is the difference between the final point minus initial point. So P1 dash is P1 minus P2 and not P2 minus P1. Okay. So P1 dash is P1 minus P2 and P0 dash is P2 minus P0. Okay. In this way, you will obtain P0 dash and P1 dash. P0 and P1 is already given in the question. Okay. Now, using the parametric equation for x coordinate of Hermite cubic spline curve, we will obtain the values of the matrix, the polynomial equation. So we know that the parametric equation is this one, pxu is equal to u cube u square u1 into this matrix we have obtained already, this one matrix. In this matrix we will substitute the value of p0, p1, p0 dash and p1 dash. Okay, and you will obtain the value of u cube u square u1. So on that parametric equation we have substituted the value of p0, p1, p0x, p0 dash and p1 dash for x coordinate, and we have obtained the parametric equation for x coordinate is minus 8u cube plus 10u square plus 6u plus 2. This is the parametric equation for x coordinate. In a similar fashion, we will obtain the parametric equation for y coordinate by substituting the values of p0, p1, p0 dash and p1 dash for y coordinate in the parametric equation. So we have obtained the parametric equation for y coordinate as p of y, py of u is equal to 2u cube minus 7u square plus 3u plus 3. Okay. So one moment. Oh, नहीं नहीं यहाँ बैठा 2 मिनट लगा. Yeah. Now we have obtained the parametric equation for x coordinate and y coordinate. See, the parametric equation for x coordinate is minus 8 u cube plus 10 u square plus 6 u plus 2. And the parametric equation for y coordinate is 2 u cube minus 7 u square plus 3 u plus 3, where the value of u varies from 0 to 1. Okay. Now we have to find 5 points on this curve. So let us draw a table for values of u between 0 to 1. So the maximum value of u is 1 and the minimum value of u is 0. So let us find out 5 points for u. So 1 minus 0 by 5. We have to determine 5 points. So the maximum value is 1, minimum value is 0. So subtract 1 minus 0, final point minus initial point, 1 minus 0 divided by 5, because we have to find out 5 points. Suppose we have to find 8 points, then 1 minus 0 by 8. Okay. So 0.2, initial point is 0, 1 by 5 is 0.2. So here it is 0.2. Again next point will become 0.4, again next point will become 0.6. In this way we have obtained 5 points for u. That is 0, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8 and 1. Now you have to find the x coordinate value of px when value of u is 0 by substituting the value of u on this parametric equation for x and y coordinate. So when u is 0, pxu is 2 and pyu is 3. When u is 0.2, substitute value of u at is equal to 0.2 in these equations. We will obtain pxu is 3.536 and pyu is 3.336. When value of u is 0.4, px of u is 5.488 and py of u is 3.208. When value of u is 0.6, p of x is 7.472 and py of u is 2.712. When value of u is 0.8, p of x of u is 9.104 and py of u is 1.944. In a similar way, when value of u is 1, px of u is 10 and py of u is 1. Okay. So in this way you can find out 5 different points inside the curve. So we have find out 5 points inside the curve from having values of u from 0 to 1. Okay students, next problem we will solve in our next class. Let me take the attendance. Please hold.